Hello and welcome to Converge, a new public affairs talk show produced by students from Loyola University Chicago. I'm your host, Patrick Rybarczyk. On today's show, we'll tackle the subject of social media and its impact. With over 300 million active Twitter and Instagram accounts and 1 billion Facebook users, social media is an integral part of the way that we communicate today. Hello and welcome to Loyola News Chicago. I'm Patrick Rybarczyk. During our show, we will hear from Loyola students and what you have to say about social media and its influence. Today's show will also reveal how our digital identity can impact how we are perceived simply based on what we tweet, post, and share. Following this week's terror attacks in Brussels, Chicago police have increased security at the city's airports, CTA stations, and other high-profile locations. Mayor Rahm Emanuel said that while there is no immediate threat to Chicago, the city is taking extra steps to keep residents safe. Daniel Lenner is one of many students on Loyola's campus and in the state who will be affected by MAP funding if it isn't approved. Governor Rauner is expected to make a decision about the bill next week. Thank you, ladies. Call her Janet, Miss Jackson if you're nasty. Pop diva Janet Jackson entertained fans at 3 sold-out shows last week at the Chicago Theater. With minimal sets and no costume changes, Jackson performed several medleys covering 32 songs from her vast collection. The set included music from her new album Unbreakable, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts. The tour returns to Rosemont's Allstate Arena next summer. Meanwhile, if you're looking for brain food, your best bet is on a diet rich in fish, legumes, olive oil, and fresh fruit and vegetables. According to a new study in the journal Neurology, eating this Mediterranean-style diet may delay brain shrinkage. The study says people who follow this diet, along with a low consumption of meat and dairy, will have a larger brain capacity. The diet also has other health benefits, including better heart health and a reduced risk of diabetes. With today's health update, I'm Patrick Rybarczyk. Back to you at the desk. And the Chicago Blackhawks and President Obama had a friendly face-off. More on that when we come back from break. And it was the buzzer beater heard around the world when Villanova's Chris Jenkins sank a three-pointer to clinch the men's title. The Wildcats beat the North Carolina Tar Heels 77-74 in what will go down as one of the most exciting games in tournament history. 2015's National League Manager of the Year Joe Maddon returns along with Cy Young winner Jake Arrieta and power sluggers Anthony Rizzo, Chris Bryant, and Jorge Soler. Many sports pundits have picked the Cubs as the favorite to win the National League pennant and the 2016 World Series. And that's it for sports. Hashtag hilarious.
Wasn't she so funny?
This show sounds so fun.
Right.
So Second City is not too far from our Water Tower campus. How can students get there? As an anchor of the Rogers Park neighborhood, Loyola often plays a role in shaping its community's surroundings. With the launch of Lakeshore Community Partners, a strategy of Plan 2020, groups from Loyola and the community are deciding what issues become real priorities. Jennifer Clark is Loyola's Vice President of Campus and Community Planning. She says the best plans begin by looking right out your front door.
But if we're not really taking care of our own backyard, it doesn't make sense for me sitting here at Loyola to be going out into other places and talking about transforming those worlds.
Loyola is using the strip right off of bustling Sheridan Road to not only bring business to the area, but also to better incorporate the community. The Loyola Community and Family Services Center opened this month in the Granada Center. It will provide mental health services to local low-income families.
That's one that I think people are really excited about too, because with the state budget cutting social services and mental health services being cut, this is absolutely the time for Loyola to step up.
The program also looks to recruit and retain successful businesses to the area. 2 new short-term sales spaces, known as pop-up shops, are located just steps from the Family Services Center. Both businesses pay just the rent, while the university covers real estate taxes and utilities. One of those businesses is Third Coast Comics.
So it's like, Loyola reaching out and saying to the community, hey guys, let's do something different here, and then saying to the business community, hey, you guys, would you like to be a part of this? We don't want to see a great retail corridor stagnate. What can we do here,
With the projects already changing the face of the neighborhood, residents can see the ideas of the Lakeshore Community Partners already coming to life. Patrick Rybarczyk, Loyola News Chicago. Today on Loyola News Chicago, we talked to one of Sheryl Swoop's former players about her experience with the embattled basketball coach. Both presidential frontrunners had another strong night on Tuesday. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump each won their races in several states and both increased their delegate leads. Alternative break immersions, known as ABIs, provide Loyola students the opportunity to do social service projects over their breaks. Next week during spring break, several Ramblers will venture out across the country to do just that. And what would you do if you couldn't eat bread, use soy sauce, or even drink beer? Find out how one Loyola student deals with some serious dietary restrictions. We did reach out to college Republicans at Loyola, but they declined our request for an interview. Candidates are back on the campaign trail this week as primary voting resumes in more states on March 22nd. Now back to you at the desk. I'm Patrick Rybarczyk, reporting for Converge. Today I'll be speaking with Anthony Siss, Graduate Assistant for LGBTQIA Student Initiatives here at Loyola. We're at the offices of Student Diversity and Multicultural Affairs, where we'll discuss the group Queer and Trans People of Color. Right, so the mission of Loyola really transcends the generations, so to speak. And I liked how they pull this in and speak to integrity for all, and that leads to equality. So I think this group is really on the right path with pulling that mission in and then finding their own place here at the university. Now it's your turn to join in the conversation. Visit our Facebook page, Converge LUC, or send us a tweet to Converge LUC Talk and give us comments or feedback. I would like to thank all of our guests, our studio audience, and all of you watching the show online. And an extra special thanks to our entire Converge team of producers, writers, and correspondents. I'm Patrick Rybarczyk, and we'll see you again the next time we converge.